I'm going to share this screen. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right, here we go. All righty. Hello, everyone. This is Tammy Morrison, and this is Open to Receive, Letting Life Meet You. Unlock the power of belief in visualization and manifestation. Hola, soy Tammy. Soy a soul midwife for awakened women. For those of you that aren't Latin or don't know any Spanish, that is hello, I am Tammy. So hola, soy Tammy. I am a soul midwife for awakened women, a spiritual teacher, intuitive healer, and mentor. I am the host of Straight Out of Savannah, Where the Magic Happens podcast, author of several books, and creative. The class overview, this class is to help women understand why they block receiving. And I got a little note for myself to talk about my why. And so the reason why I created this course was because I have worked with women and I have met women that have no idea how to receive. And receiving was one of the things that my grandmother taught me when I was about 15 years old. I remember that so clearly because it made an impression on me. And I was able to see and look at people and realize that they have no idea how to receive. They don't even know why they block it, but they don't know. And one of the things that my grandmother taught me was that if somebody wants to bless you and they're giving you something, if you refuse them, you are blocking blessings for not only them, but for you. So I consider that every time. And so I have no problem receiving, none whatsoever. Matter of fact, I've had people say, God, she's so selfish. I had a situation one time where this person wanted a ride. And so I offered them a ride because I was actually going their way. It wasn't really that much out of the way. Like I just get off, get off the exit, let them out, and then basically keep going. And so it wasn't a problem for me. So I said, yeah, I can drop you home. And so we're on our way home. And so we get to her house and she's getting out and she reaches over and she gives me $5. And I said, oh, thank you. And I put it right in my pocket. And she went on. And so later on, she told the story. She was like, she just took it. And so I said, well, you offered it to me. Was I not supposed to take it? I know how to receive. So we want to release guilt, fear, and overfunctioning. We're going to talk about that. We're going to learn how to receive love, money, support, pleasure, and guidance. We're going to regulate the nervous system into receptivity. We're going to aim at receiving as an identity, not effort. This one was huge. Now, I told you I've known how to receive since I was 15 years old, but I did not anchor it as an identity. So there were times when there wasn't anything involved, but I did not anchor it as an identity until now. So the core truth of this class is receiving is not passive because this is conditioning that we have gotten over the years from our parentals, from society. Receiving is not passive. Receiving is not lazy. Receiving is a regulated, embodied state of trust. Receiving is a regulated, embodied state of trust. Most people don't struggle to manifest, they struggle to allow. And this is a true statement. When I look at this, I realize that receiving is a feminine equality. Because in the feminine, in the relationship sense, women receive and men give. Think about this. Go with me for a minute. Men give the sperm to create the baby. Women receive it, and they already have the egg. Okay, so receiving is not passive. It is not lazy. It is regulated, embodied faith trust. And so that's what we are creating here today. So welcome, 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 beautiful souls. I'm so glad you're here. Before we begin, I want you to take a breath with me. And not a fixing breath, not a striving breath, just a breath that says, I'm here now. So let's take that breath. In through the nose, hold it at the top, and now breathe it out through the mouth. Today, we are talking about receiving, not as a mindset, not as a strategy, but as a state of being. Receiving begins with safety. So I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take a breath in through the nose. Breathe it out through the mouth. With a sigh, and silently say, it is safe for me to receive in this moment. It is safe for me to receive in this moment. Why receiving is hard. So most of us were trained to earn love, approval, rest, and abundance. Somewhere along the way, we learned if I receive too much, I'm selfish. If I rest, I'm lazy. If I'm supported, I'm weak. If things come easily, I don't deserve them. Now, I can remember all of this. I can remember hearing all of this growing up. Because the thing of it is we were conditioned to work. We weren't conditioned to rest. We weren't conditioned to even have abundance. They conditioned us that if we receive too much, then we're selfish. And I've heard that many times because, like I said, I know how to receive. I learned how to receive at 15 years old. So I know how to receive. And so people will say things about me like I'm selfish, but I'm not selfish. I'm self-preserving. I love myself, but I'm not selfish if I receive too much. And congruently, if I rest, I'm lazy. And that was a huge one for me because I'm Gen X, and Gen X, we were taught that, you rest when you're dead. Those are things they said to us. You can sleep when you're dead. If I rest, I'm lazy. And so that has dysregulated so many of our nervous systems because we do not have a clue how to rest. And rest is a type of receiving. Okay? If I'm supported, I'm weak. So if you need to get supported, if you need some therapy, if you need some counseling, if you need some spiritual counseling like what I do, but that is not true. That actually is definitely not true. Because it takes a lot to ask for help, especially for a person that struggles with it. And I can say that from that space. I struggle with that. I still do with being supported. I sometimes, I'm like, why are you doing this for me? And this is people that, I care about and they care about me. But I still, somewhere inside of me, feel that way at times. I know how to navigate that. If things come easily, you don't deserve them. And this is a big one too, because So many times we are so gifted in so many areas, but we don't realize that it's a gift. We don't realize that it's a gift, right? You don't realize. You don't realize that it's a gift. And so we don't realize that it's a gift. And so we think that, we don't deserve it, and, this kind of thing. And then a lot of times we don't even nurture that gift because we feel this way. And for many women, especially spiritual women, there's a belief that suffering equals holiness. Let this land. And this is something that I grew up with in the church, Pentecostal. Suffering equals holiness. We all have to suffer. Even though they tell you that Christ died on the cross for your sins, and so you don't have to suffer, but, I digress. Receiving requires us to release control. Receiving requires us to release control. Hyper-independence. Proving. Over-giving. Over-functioning. These are things that we are releasing with receiving, with learning how to receive. And stepping away from this belief that suffering equals holiness. It is a rock of shit that they fed us. Not true. Receiving in the nervous system. I told y'all there was going to be some somatic exercises in this one. Here's the part that no one tells you. Your nervous system must believe it is safe to receive. If your body learned that love was inconsistent, that money was stressful, that rest led to punishment, you know what that brings? That makes me think about in slavery. If they rested, they were probably beat. If they rested, they were probably beat. So I think about that. If they rested, they were probably beat. And so that is something that we want to talk about, and we're talking about right now. So if your body learned, this is the part no one tells you, your nervous system must believe it is safe to receive. If your body learned that love was inconsistent, that money was stressful, that rest led to punishment, then receiving feels dangerous. The body doesn't reject abundance. It's rejecting overwhelm, because all of those things will overwhelm you and send you to another space. That stuff will take you to the deep end. So today, this is what we're going to do. We are going to open the receiving channel. We're going to open the receiving channel. That's what we're going to do. Good. I want you right now, stay some time. If not, come back. Check the replay on YouTube. Let your shoulders soften. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften. Unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath. And now imagine your body as the cup already full of attention, responsibility, guilt, and expectation. And so that if that's all you do is when you have what things, there's no room to receive. So on your next inhale, exhale, imagine emptying. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it and breathe it out through the mouth with the stomach. Imagine emptying. Now imagine something gently into the breathing. Not flooding, not rushing, just now. Notice your body type. That's where receiving has been unsafe. I'm going to park it here for a couple minutes. Receiving is identity. Receiving isn't something you do. It's something you allow because of who you are. You don't receive because you earned it. You receive because you exist. I want to say that was so amazing. Receiving as identity. So hear me, listen to the words that I'm saying. Receiving isn't something you do. It's something you allow because of who you are. You don't receive because you earned it. You receive because you exist. Now I'm going to do an identity reframe for you. And this is really how you reframe your identity is through words. And so I am someone life wants to meet away. I love that one. I am some life wants to meet halfway. You can say it out loud or you can say it inside, but say it. And say it often. I am someone supported by spirit. I am someone supported by spirit. Now, I like to ritualize things. So I would do this as a ritual. Like I have my incense burning. I would have a candle, which I need to go get some more or order some or something. But I would have candles burning. And I would sit down and I would use my breath. And I would say these things as a reframe. And I do this every day. Now, I do mirror work every day, and this is another thing that I will add to it. I am someone life wants to meet halfway. I am someone supported by spirit. I am someone who's had. I love that. All right, so now we're going to do an activation code. This God self receiving revelation. And so I will speak and you back to me. You can either say them out loud or just not. So I allow myself to see without. I allow ease to replace effort. I release the belief that struggle equals worth. I open my body to love, support, and how does that feel? For me, it feels expansive. Like I can feel my tummy just getting all excited. I can feel this warm feeling in my heart. It's just the most amazing thing. Let me know in the comments, where is it activating for you? Where do you feel it in your body? Because receiving begins in the body. So if you leave today and nothing changes immediately, that's okay. Your system is learning a new safety language. So we're going to do this somatic receiving ritual. So if you can do it now, do it. If not, come back. It'll still be on YouTube. This is a guided embodied practice to help you soften, open, and receive. Moment, comfortable where you're sitting and lying. Feel your body supporting where you are sitting or lying. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw soften, your belly loosen. Close your eyes. You don't have to perform or be on here. You get to just place one hand on your heart, one inhale through your nose or uncle. Four, exhale in your mouth for a count of 6. So 4 and 6. Let the exhale melt tension out of your body. Let's do that again. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. 4. Repeat 4 cycles. Do it again. In through the nose for 4. Exhale for 6. When you are ready, this is allowing your body to know that it's open to receive. So when you're ready, gently turn your palms upward. And then notice what shifts in your chest, your breath, your energy. It tells me that I am ready to receive when my palms are up. Allowing God, source, universe to fill them means that I have my hands open and I'm ready. The simple posture tells your body, I am open, I am available, I am ready to. Bring awareness to your body. Where do you feel open? Even more. Where do you feel this? even whisper. There is no right or wrong. That's information. Place your hand on any area that feels tight or guarded. Offer it back and forth. You don't have to rush. I'm moving forward. It's a guided moment calling in what you're ready to receive. With your palms still open, breathe gently and repeat silently out loud whatever feels true for you. I am who receive support. I am ready to receive love. I am ready to receive abundance. I am ready to receive ease. I am ready to receive what is meant for me. Let these words land in your body, not in your mind. Close your eyes. Imagine everyone in this space opening with you. Imagine a soft wave of support through the group, not taking from anyone, but amplifying what each of us is ready to see. You are not receiving alone. You are receiving in. Now we ground. Bring the hands back to your heart. Take one final breath in and a long, slow exhale out. Whisper to yourself, thank you for what is already. Your body heard you. Your energy shifted. It's already. For a couple of minutes. Allow that to bring. Taking some deep breaths. All right, so inside my community, remember who the fuck you are. We practice this together, not just understanding, receiving, but embodying it week after week through nervous system regulation, guided activations, such as the ones that we have just done. We just did some nervous system regulation, as well as some guided activations. We did some soul remembering, and we have a community. So join us inside my community. Remember who the fuck we are. I am so excited about this community and looking forward to bringing it together with I'm looking for at least 300 beautiful souls or more. Not limiting it, but I think that's a nice number for this. And then I also, to work with me, I offer a private session, 30 minutes and 6 minute sessions, both virtual and local in-person who are in the Grace Harbor community. I also have all kinds of free info resources. I have some courses on there. And let me tell y'all, I don't like to do crazy long courses. They end up in my inbox everywhere. It's too much. You know, I already have other things to do. This is not the only thing. Keep doing your life. So what I've created is some programs for 8 or 12 programs that we can work together in small groups or even individual. So that's something that I'm looking at now, creating. So continue to follow. I will be doing these workshops monthly, bi-weekly right now because I want to get the feel of them. But it's going to go to monthly as far as these workshops. But you can check out my stand store. It is above my head, also on the screen. Stand store / intuitive stand.store / intuitive Tammy. So that is where you can check out my goodies. So again, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for hanging out with me for these few minutes. I tried to make my workshops usually are like an hour or less unless we go over because people ask questions. But since there's nobody here to ask questions today, we are going to conclude this particular workshop. I have enjoyed it immensely, and I thank you for being here. Again, I'm Tammy Morrison. You can connect with me. That is my email, tammy.unleashingyourtrueself@outlook.com. This video is on YouTube as well, so you can watch it again as well on YouTube. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and for watching this. And I hope that your day is magical. And I hope that you guys are watching my podcast Straight Out of Savannah, where the magic is. How you gonna know where the magic is if you're not watching Straight Out of Savannah, where the magic happens? So come on, and I am interviewing some heavy hitters this year. I have my sights on somebody that I'm just gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna play with it. And that's what I'm doing this year. I'm stepping out and stepping in, allowing so many of these things that I do to work for me and with me as well. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope that your day is magical and you will check out all of the things on my channel. And thank you for subscribing if you're a subscriber. If you're not, why not? It's easy, it's free. Just hit the button. But free. Come on. What are you waiting on? And thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.